Jesus recognized the importance of the workplace, and he strategically positioned his ministry within the marketplace. Jesus made 132 public appearances that we know of during his earthly ministry. 122 of them were in the marketplace. He shared 52 parables. 45 of them occurred in the workplace. In the book of Acts, Jesus performed 40 miracles. 39 of them, yes, as you guessed it, were set in the marketplace. As a faith-driven investor, you too understand the importance of the marketplace well beyond just the business opportunities. You recognize that your investments have an opportunity to make an impact for God's glory. Entrepreneurship is a rapidly growing vocation among millennials, and small business owners constitute the majority of businesses today. Yet Christianity has almost no presence in training entrepreneurs and small business owners. Today, I'm coming to you from the rooftop of Coram Deo, which are the headquarters for Praxis, one of the greatest accelerators in the world that train young Christian entrepreneurs and what it looks like to honor God and know God in their businesses as they get started. There are other ministries that are out there too, like Ocean and Snapis and Itzinia and Bluefields and the community in Egypt. They are all operating on the belief that providing Christ-centered training content and community for future and current entrepreneurs will allow a culture to be influenced in a positive way as each new company is established and flourishes. Let's watch.
Bringing a friend along could add to that.
I have specific parking instructions. Actually, let's just go out. Go out there, rotated 90 degrees. Where that single reclining chair is.
So not like this.
Entrepreneurship is inherently a lonely road. It is an isolating journey.
I personally have gone through depression being an entrepreneur during my early days. And it's such an amazing feeling when you have people around you who support you with the right values, with the right motives.
So having a community of people around you that are familiar with that difficulty, but also are giving you advice and giving you feedback is just a really big deal.
If you think about the classic path to entrepreneurship that many take, they have a full-time job, they have a career, they have some inkling, they have something in their gut that they want to get out. And so oftentimes folks walk away from stability, they walk away from security, they walk away from the known, and they step into the opposite of all of that. So it's just a tumultuous road. It's a difficult journey. It's one that you shouldn't do alone.
Where are you, girl? I was in my room, worship music playing, praying. I'm like, we're all saying.
That's what I think Ocean brought to us specifically, is a community that's saying, hey, I know this is hard. It is hard, but let's do this together.
BAB!
We're here in Atlanta doing demo day for cohort 8. It's really the starting line for these founders. It's their opportunity to put that business model that they've worked so hard on display.
So after 12, 14 weeks in the program, they get the chance to pitch. And pitching on stage at demo day is a really exciting, nerve-wracking thing for a lot of these founders. And after demo day, founders will have meetings with investors. Our team at Ocean works really hard to get their contact information out, to say right on our website, were you interested in that pitch? Here's that founder's calendar link. The most honest reason why an investor should be involved with Ocean is because it makes good business sense. In the early days, investors were backing Ocean companies because they thought, well, this is an interesting experiment. Let's see if a faith-integrated accelerator actually does work. Now investors are beginning to find Ocean on their own.
It's always funny when people hear what we do at Ocean. There's a temptation to think like, oh, that's cute, right? That little church thing. I bet they got some nice little businesses and some amateurs over there going through that program. And then they hear about our companies and our number of exits and the valuations, and they meet our founders or they come to a demo day event.
Yeah, because if you wait to figure it out when the lights come on, then you're not...
Ocean's been around for a little over 8 years. The origin story of Ocean It's rooted in the redemptive imagination of entrepreneurs and pioneers and people who want to do a new thing, who were sort of looking at the market of accelerators and looking at the opportunity to accelerate and grow their high-tech businesses. And what they were realizing was that all of the language and the approaches that they were encountering were fairly antithetical to their integrated life as Christians and as entrepreneurs. And so they just said, well, what if there was a different way? What if there was a new way to do this?
The Ocean Accelerator focuses on helping early stage companies and their founders find initial product market fit, understand if they have a viable and scalable business, work out their revenue projections, and figure out how to prepare their corporation to receive investment. There's just a lot of work that goes into that. We think that putting something good out into the world is everybody's responsibility.
So God, thanks for this space, this place, this day.
When people talk about faith-driven investing, there are probably 100 different things that they could be meaning with those words. It could mean that they exclusively invest in people who share their faith. Or it could mean, because I am a faith-driven investor, I'm going to honor the time of the founders I talk to. I'm going to consider the overall well-being of the founders whom I'm entering a pretty intense business relationship with.
Okay. Just let someone else.
It's really, really important for us to honor people who approach all of the different decision-making points along that journey, and to acknowledge that there's no single definition or single expression of faith-driven investing.
Step in. You see a gap, step in. You see somebody that needs to be lifted up, lift their arms up. All right?
You know, in this world, I think as entrepreneurs, it can be all about just hustle and results. And I felt like immediately my impression from them was that they were interested in the holistic perspective of the people they were working with.
No one's going against each other and trying to outshine each other. We're all here for a common goal to bring businesses that create human flourishing.
All right. Come on. Put it in Sparta.
Who's leading us out?
Senna.
Okay, this time we will do ocean. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Cohort 8, make way!
The motivations for why founders sign up for an accelerator are always varied and many. Samuel Joy is the founder of a company called Hunter. And Samuel and Hunter, they're already doing pretty well in the Middle East where their business is rooted. They have significant recurring revenue streams. They have a nice track record. They've built a great team.
So Hunter is the next-gen marketplace that connects blue-collar and healthcare workers with some of the largest companies in the Middle East. The problem is that the legacy hiring process is flawed. And there are multiple layers of brokers involved, and because of that, the candidate has to pay thousands of dollars to get a job.
So looking at what is going on, the dynamics, the laws, the regulations, what is being implemented and what isn't, who should the onus be on?
Well, all of the parties have responsibilities, and this is a situation of industrial anarchy. And the way that migrant workers are, in many cases, tricked into binding contracts, almost a form of modern-day slavery, in fact, is completely unacceptable.
And so at Hunter, we have created a marketplace where the client gets access to trained workforce through our technology platform. And thanks to the government partners, they take care and ensure that the entire process is smooth as well.
No, we have one, so I was just wondering. Oh, no, we don't. Where am I setting up?
Milieu is a subscription kit where we design quality time for families. And we do this by pulling strategically from play therapy and neuroscience. So things like critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, all these things are being fostered through play, and not just within the kids' own development, but also for the adult.
Crown Hunt, just the name, is really about the hunt for the crown, which is something that I was on when I moved to Colorado and I was looking for someone to style my hair. Had a really tough time finding someone who's actually rejected from a few salons, and I realized that that was because finding a stylist was actually extremely difficult when you have textured hair. Right now, Crown Hunt is serving hair entrepreneurs by providing them with textured hair education as well as business education. What investors are looking for is really precise. They're not expecting you to have everything figured out at this phase. What they're expecting is that you've done your homework and that you've thought through as logically as you possibly can what your plan is and why is it defensible.
Ocean has given you their best. I feel like you guys have to. From week 1, from week 0 to now.
We love you guys. Cannot wait for tomorrow.
It's what the work of renewal and redemption is about. That there are people going, man, that's not right. Okay. And I want to make it
Hey, you guys ready for me? Okay.
Positive, and I want to carve out a new future that's more kind and compassionate and full of love. And you're going to meet some of those people today. They're entrepreneurs. You can define an entrepreneur a lot of ways. There's all kinds of definitions.
Stuff that we love and find so interesting. Let's give NGOs and the people they serve the technology that they deserve.
To be able to go to work and school with their hair natural and not be discriminated against.
There's a definite intersection between faith, risk, and entrepreneurship.
Fintech startups, they're coming to Ocean with experience and
You don't get a cheat code. It actually might all crash and burn right before you, and it might be really painful. And that's why we want you to have a foundation of faith. So just because they failed as a founder doesn't mean they should fail as a mother, as a father, as a friend, and as a parent.
Thanks for being part of Ocean Demo Day.
But we really want to be there when people are successful. Because even more fearful for us as an organization and our mission is, what if someone reaches the pinnacle of success without that foundation, without faith, without some rootedness? Now they have power and they have authority and they have influence over people, over families, over culture if they reach the true pinnacles of success. And that's how you have terrible stories of cultural disrepair and of toxic workplaces.
Guilty verdicts in the biggest case of corporate fraud in history.
And of pain inflicted by founders and by leaders who lack foundation.
The team at Ocean, the founders in Ocean, they've kept me accountable to the people that are around me, the communities I'm serving through the business, and also who I am. It's not about the money, but it's about the people.
There are different types of accelerators out there, different types of investors out there, different motivations, and in terms of the business which I lead, Ocean was the right fit as a program because if I have to grow sustainably, I need sound wisdom for that, and Ocean provides that.
Folks, that want to do something really special in the world deserve great people to come alongside them and deserve the best resources available.
Not everyone has a pastor, but most everyone has a boss. Today, culture is heavily influenced by the marketplace. The average person spends over 2,000 hours at work. This is especially true for entrepreneurs, whom we consider culture creators. Sadly, there is a growing disconnect between a transformative belief in Jesus among the very people creating future culture: business owners and entrepreneurs. Faith-driven investors can change the narrative by connecting entrepreneurs with business accelerators like Praxis and Ocean. And in doing so, you help the founder and company you partner with build strong and healthy business practices that positively influence more than just the bottom line. An additional step is to encourage the entrepreneurs you invest in to join a faith-driven entrepreneur group. Together with like-minded entrepreneurs, they will learn more about their God-given call to create. Standing shoulder to shoulder with others who are on the same journey, entrepreneurs can connect with the friends and allies they need for the road ahead. Connected to accelerators and community, we can build up the next generation of faith-driven entrepreneurs and redemptive company cultures. Spend some time in your own group talking about this session and how it relates to the journey you're on. Open yourselves up to learning from one another. Be honest with each other. What you get out of this time together will only be as enriching and life-giving as what you put into it.
Faith-Driven Investor is a discipleship ministry from Faith-Driven Movements, a non-profit corporation whose mission is to inspire and mobilize people to use their time, talent, and resources to impact the world around them. The materials are for informational purposes only. All investing carries risk, so be sure to consult an advisor before making any investment decisions. Hosts and guests may maintain positions in the companies and securities discussed. For all other questions, please visit faithdriveninvestor.org.